Hey, welcome back. In the last video, we made a graphical user interface that had 5 different colored panels, and we learned how to lay out those different colored panels using what's called a border layout. In this panel, or in this video, what I would like to do is I would like to create a basic window that has some text fields, because I'm going to eventually write a program that will convert from Celsius to Fahrenheit and back. So, there's a couple things we need to do here. First of all, I'm not going to need 5 panels in this lesson, so I'm going to get rid of 2 of them. And actually, you know what? I'm only going to really need, I take that back. I'm going to need the 3 panels. So let's keep, excuse me, panel 1, panel 2, panel 3. So let's get rid of panel 4, panel 5. And for simplicity's sake, let's go ahead and make the first panel, panel 1, light gray. Let's make the second panel also light gray. And then the third panel, we're going to make that white. So panel 1 has a north, panel 2 has a south. Now panel 3, I'm going to make that my center panel. So let's say center, like that. Let's save it. Let's see what we get. Okay, so you can see that I have a gray panel here, light gray, and white in the middle. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create some text fields. And I'm going to add one text field to my northern panel, and I'm going to add one text field to my southern panel. So I say J text field, field 1 equals new J text field. And in the parentheses, I'm going to type in the number 10. Now, the number 10 means that when this text field is created, it will be able to hold visually 10 characters. Now, it can probably hold more than that, but it's going to set everything up so it can at least hold 10. Now, I'm going to create another one. J text field, field 2 equals new J text field 10. Okay, let's go ahead and let's add our fields into our panels. So panel 1 is going to contain field 1, and panel 2 is going to contain field 2. Now that should be technically all I have to do right now. So let's run it and see if there's any damage. No damage at all. There are my text fields, and I could type in more than 10 characters, like so. And the cool thing is if I hit tab, it's going to go down to the next field. If I hit tab again, it goes back to the first field. So this can actually traverse through the different fields. That's called focusing, by the way. The moment you hit a tab, the next text field gets the focus. That's an important concept that we'll talk about a little bit later. So, okay. One thing that I don't like is that my text is kind of really just too close to the bounding box. I'd like to give it a little bit of breathing space on the inside. Well, let's see if I can do that. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to say field 1 dot set. I think it's called, let's see, is it set border? No, it's not set border. Give me a second. Set. Now I want to be able to set it's called Insets is what I'm looking for. So maybe it's just called set Insets. Nope, it's not that. Okay, let's go ahead and let's do some searching together. Set caret position, set text color, set document, set enabled, set editable, set focus, set font, set input map, nope, set layout manager, there it is, set margin, that's what I want. So what I do is I create a new Insets, and I'm just going to choose 5, 5, 5, 5, the way that it works. Okay, Let's see if we can explain what that means right here. So insets, I've typed in 4 numbers, 5, 5, 5, 5. And if you read where it says parameters, the first 5 represents 5 pixels on the top, then comes 5 pixels on the left, then 5 pixels on the bottom, then 5 pixels on the right. So it goes around the text field counterclockwise. Now I'm going to do the same thing for field 2. So let's go ahead and copy this. Make life easy as possible. Don't make life complicated. Copy paste whenever you can, okay? All right. Well, technically that should all I should have to do there. So if I run this program, I should now have a little bit of breathing space around my text. Oh, check that out. I do. I've got 5 pixels top, left, bottom, and right. I've got some new. That is cool. I like that. Hit tab. Sweet. It's looking pretty good, actually. All right. Let's create a button. J button, we'll call it button, equals new J button. Now inside the button, I'm going to type in convert, because the purpose of this graphical user interface eventually is that when I click the convert button, it will take whatever Celsius value there is and convert it to Fahrenheit. Or if field 2, which is where the Fahrenheit's going to be, if that had the focus, then when I hit convert, it'll convert Fahrenheit to Celsius. So it'll be like a two-way conversion program. So okay, I've got my button. So now what I have to do is I have to add my button to panel 3. So I'm going to do that down here. I like to keep things in order. Panel3.add button. All right, let's see what the damage is here. Ho ho ho, not too bad. That's pretty good. There's my convert button. Let's see, can I give myself some space? Well, let's see if we can do that. Let's go to adding panel 3, add button, and let's see. Can I type in jpanel dot alignment? Is there an alignment? Let's try center alignment. Let's just see if that works. Not quite the way I'd hoped, so that didn't work the way I wanted it to. I think it's okay for now, and I'll fix that feature later. So okay, let's get rid of center alignment. Okay, now when I run my program, I want to know that the first field here is Celsius and the second field here is Fahrenheit. So I'm going to have to create some labels. So those are called J labels. So I've got my panels, I've got my text fields. Let's go ahead and let's create some labels. J label, we'll call it label 1, equals new J label, like so. And then we're going to say label 1 dot set text, and inside I'm going to say Celsius. All right, J label, label 2 equals new J label, and let's say label 2 dot set text Fahrenheit. I believe that's the correct spelling. Now I also have to add the labels to the panels at the same time. So let's do that. Let's figure out how to add these to the panels. So I go down here. I'm adding field 1. So now I'm going to say panel 1 dot add, and we're going to say label 1. And then here panel 2 dot add label 2. All right, let's hit run. Not too bad, except my label is happening after my text field, and I'd rather have it happen before my text field. There are probably more elegant ways to do this than the way I'm about to do it, but what I'm going to do to try and fix that, for now anyways, is I'm going to add in the label before I enter in the field. And logically that should work. So let's see if the logic meets reality here. Run it. Yeah, good. All right, so there's Celsius. There's Fahrenheit. All right. Now my buttons don't do anything yet, and I think in the next video we're going to learn how to get this centered and then maybe a little bit better than what it was before. Do you remember the very first video I used pack and it failed miserably? Let me just try this one more time and let's see what happens, if anything. Check it out. Look what just happened. It packed everything nice and close and tight. That's cool. I like that. Okay, well that's as far as we're going to go today. Why don't you go ahead and go to the next video. God bless you wherever you are today.